All right, here's a new little thing I'm going to be trying out. We're going to be doing a tier list. And this tier list is the characters of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Ultimate, it's a game that I was really into for a certain amount of time. I didn't play much online, but I had friends around. I was playing with them. It's a good one of those games. And there's just so many characters in the game. So I'm just going to spend some time here and we're going to rank them. Now, of course, this isn't like competitive viability or anything like that. This is just kind of how I feel personally about the character. And there's going to be some I'm not too familiar with. I'll try to point those out, don't take this too seriously. That's all I'll say. Okay. So, I guess we'll just start off first. Bayonetta. How do I feel about Bayonetta? I like Bayonetta as an addition to the series, but I don't quite like playing her. I feel like she's a little too light for me. Is this enough tiers? S, A, B, C, D. I feel like that's good enough. I kind of want to put Bayonetta in B, because I like her as a character. Like her aesthetic and just her style and all that, but I don't really like playing as her. I like heavier characters. But I'll keep her in B for now. I don't know if these are going to be ordered in the tiers. We'll just see about that as we go along. Bowser. Bowser, I guess Bowser's a heavier character. I gotta put him ahead of Bayonetta. Yeah, I like Bowser. I like him more than Bayonetta, I think. He's heavier. That's all there is to say. Bowser Jr. I remember being disappointed with Bowser Jr. I really like him as a character, but I was really disappointed in his moveset. I don't really like the clown car stuff. I wish they would have leaned into Shadow Mario more, have him doing some of that instead of just the Final Smash. I was disappointed in Bowser Jr. I'll put him in D tier. I really don't like playing him. I like him as a character a lot, but I do not like playing him in this game. Captain Falcon. Oh man, that is easy S tier. Is he S tier? I played him a lot back in the day, but I don't play him as much. Or I didn't play him as much when I did play the game. I'll put him in A tier. If this was just purely on how much I like the character, Captain Falcon would be S tier, but he's a little lighter than I'd like, and yeah. Charizard. I guess for characters like this, that's Charizard. What was another one? Pyra and Mithra, where it's there's characters in one. I guess I'll kind of rank them separately. So instead of doing Pokemon Trainer all in one spot, I'll kind of rate the Pokemon individually. Charizard I haven't played a lot of. He's heavy, so that's a bonus, but I don't really like his... I don't really like the playstyle. I'll put him C tier. Oh god, is that Chrom? I think that's Chrom. Chrom? I didn't play a lot of him. I played him close to launch, actually. I think he was one of the characters I kind of gravitated to. Yeah, I think he's one of the characters I gravitated to after the game came out. Shortly after the game came out. What's his deal? He's like a combination of Roy and Ike? Is that right? I'll put him above Bowser. Yeah. Cloud. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy VII, specifically. I like Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy VII is special. Do I like playing him? I kind of don't like the limit break stuff. That's annoying to deal with in the middle of battle. I do play him a lot, though. That's just kind of me fanboying out to pick Cloud. Man, I don't know. S or A, S or A. If I have to doubt it, it's probably A tier. We'll save S tier for definitive, yes, of course. Corrin. I played Corrin when they came out on the Wii U. Was kind of into them as the DLC. Okay, I'm not really... This isn't going to be too ordered. Don't really think too much about that. Because, is Corrin better than Bayonetta? I don't know. I kind of like Corrin in B tier, though. Maybe a little bit less than Bayonetta. Daisy. Now, Daisy and Peach are pretty much clones. They introduced Echo Fighters in this for Like who? Who do they introduce as an Echo Fighter? Simon and Richter? I guess those two characters... I guess... Echo Fighters aren't really... It's not really a defined thing. Like, some are clones of each other, like Simon and Richter. Like, Simon and Richter are the exact same. Daisy and Peach are the exact same. Pit and Dark Pit, though, those guys are a little bit different. Are they separate characters, though? I don't remember. Is Dr. Mario an Echo Fighter of Mario? I think he might be. I remember there being some weird stuff about there's Echo Fighters that have differences, and then there's some that don't. I didn't really like that. That struck me as weird. I wish they would have, like, put their foot down and say, like, no, Echo Fighters, either they have differences from the normal fighters, or they don't. I guess that was a little tangent. Daisy. I mean, she's just the skin of Peach. I'll save the talk for Peach. Dark Pit. I think I prefer Dark Pit to normal Pit just because of, like, the weight. Is it a B tier? I'll put him in C tier even. I don't know. I don't like Pit that much. Or Dark Pit, for that matter. Dark Samus. I'm glad we got another Metroid rep. Or I guess two, with Ridley, not Ripley. Ridley and Dark Samus in Ultimate, but I don't like her aesthetic, and I don't even like playing her. I like her more than both these guys. Diddy Kong. You know what? That's a D tier. Don't like Diddy Kong. He's too light. He's too fast, zooming all over the place. Don't care. Donkey Kong. He's heavy. But I don't like playing him. I don't know. Something about his moves doesn't vibe with me. We'll put him in C tier. Dr. Mario. I kind of think it's funny that Dr. Mario is a character. You know, nowadays, if he was put in the game, he would have just been like a skin. Like with Builder Mario or any of those, he would have just been a skin, but since he was in Melee, they made him a separate character. I kind of like Mario. Or Dr. Mario. You know what? I'll put him in low B tier. High C tier, below Dark Samus. Duck Hunt, I don't like his gimmicks. Don't like his gimmicks. I need to keep an eye on Bowser Jr. I want him to be at the very end. Do not like Bowser Jr. Duck Hunt, I like Duck Hunt a little bit more than Bowser Jr., but that's not saying much. Falco. I like Falco as a character, but I kind of don't like what they turned him into. They made him real heavy in the later games. In Melee, him and Fox were kind of similar. Not exactly clones, but they were more similar than they weren't. But they made Falco more heavy in, like, Brawl. And I didn't like that. Do I want him in C tier? Yeah, I just don't like him. I like Dark Pit more. We'll just do this. I don't know how strictly I want to get with the ranking, because there's going to be a lot of characters, and it's going to be hard to tell. Fox, Fox is okay. He's really fast. He's one of those characters like built for like hit and run kind of stuff. Like is he like the fastest character in the game? He's like one of them. Not a fan. Ganondorf. You know what? The first S tier. I love Ganondorf. His hits are so meaty. Oh my god, they're just so juicy. And, you know, you hit even just the simpler moves like a forward air. Those are great. And then, of course, you know, you got the Warlock Punch. If you land one of those, I go for those a lot. Maybe more than I should. But it's just so good to just hit one of those. Ugh. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move Daisy down here just so we can stick on the first. Greninja. I think I played a little bit of Greninja when the 3DS game came out. I played him a little bit, more than... We'll put him here. Greninja's cool and all, but I don't like him that much. But he's cooler than some of these. Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers are... Huh. Obviously thinking in the lower section. I kind of don't like having to deal with... I guess you play as Popo and then you have Nana kind of sneaking around you. I don't like having to deal with Nana, and then you lose her, and then, you know, it's harder to recover, so... Yeah, I think at the end is cool, because I'd rather play Donkey Kong or any of these guys than Ice Climbers. Ike. He's Is he the heaviest Fire Emblem character? I liked Ike. I like Ike. We'll put him in A tier. Yeah, I think if I were to play a Fire Emblem character, it'd be him or... Well, you know what? We'll save some of that for later, but I like Ike. I'm not a big Fire Emblem guy. The only one I've played is Three Houses. But I like playing as Ike. Incineroar. His recovery is too bad for me to get into him. But man, is he a cool character. I love that they put a wrestling Pokemon into this. Oh my god, I just wish his recovery was a little bit better. It's rough. We'll put him... Actually, here. You know, here's fine. I like Incineroar, but man, that recovery, that's rough. Inkling. I kind of don't like the ink mechanic, and I'm not a big Splatoon fan, so... I don't have this huge connection to Inkling. Right. You know what? D tier. We'll do it. Isabelle. Isabelle. Does she have a slingshot? I know Villager has a slingshot, but does Isabelle have a slingshot? I really liked playing Villager and just kind of cheesing with the slingshot, annoying people. I guess I didn't play Isabelle much. I played Villager more in Smash 4. We'll put her in low C tier. Yeah. Ivysaur. I kind of like Ivysaur. His recovery is another one that's kind of rough with the Vine Whip. You know, you can only do like the upwards and to the right recovery. You can't really... You don't have a lot of options with it. But I like his aesthetic, and his moveset's kind of cool. We'll put him in high C tier. I kind of want to lower Bayonetta. We'll put her back here. Before Dark Pit. Jigglypuff. You know, I've kind of had a thing here about playing heavier characters. Like, I like heavier characters towards the top. But Jigglypuff? I do kind of like playing Jigglypuff. We'll put her in low A tier. You know, there's something about Fox where he's real fast and he has a very, how do I describe it? I don't know what the terminology is. He falls very fast, but Jigglypuff's very floaty. And I kind of like that. Ken. Ken's a cool character. I don't really like his style in this game. I know people kind of don't like the Ken from Street Fighter V, but the goofy Ken with the gi, I don't know, it doesn't vibe with me, and I don't like the... I've played a little bit of Street Fighter, but I'm definitely not a fighting game player. But I think Ken's kind of cool, but not really in this game. King Dedede. King Dedede's a mix between like a heavy with like strong moves, but he's also kind of floaty. And that's a weird mix that I don't really like. I'll put him at the top of D. Top of D. King K. Rool. It was crazy that they added K. Rool to this. I remember, I'm pretty sure I saw like an interview or something. Or maybe in the Smash Direct where they announced it. Sakurai said that like K. Rool was like purely through the fans. And that's really neat. That's really neat. I don't like playing him that much. We'll put him down here. That seems right. Kind of towards the bottom-ish, but he's still... Like, if I got him in a random, like if I select random and got him, I wouldn't be too upset. Kirby. You have any idea where I'm going to put him? Because I don't. We'll put Kirby towards the bottom of C. You know what? A little bit higher. He's one of the floaty, light characters that I kind of mess with, kind of don't care about, but it's whatever. Little Mac. I'm a fan of characters with like strong moves. You know, they can get one hit and that does a lot of damage. But Little Mac's recovery, man, that tanks the character. That tanks the character. Like him better than Ice Climbers, though. Link. I kind of like Link. We'll put him in above Bowser. Put Bowser there. I like Link's like gadgets. He's a heavy character, but he's also got like the bomb, he's got the arrow, he's got the boomerang. I like all the different like little tools and gadgets to hit characters that are far away. Lucario, I kind of forget he's in the game. There's a lot of characters in this that you just kind of forget about. Like look at how many I have left. And look at how many I've put up here. There's just so many characters in this game. It's easy to forget that, oh, Lucario exists. Dr. Mario exists. Lucario is one I played a lot in Smash 4. I remember that. And I'm not a huge fan of him like as a Pokemon. I think he's kind of cool. I guess I'll put him towards the high upper bits of C a little bit. A little bit. Lucas. I don't like Mother 3. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like Mother 3. I haven't played Mother 3. Like to someday, but you know, there's a ton of games you'd like to play someday. You know, I kind of want to put him high just for like the underdog factors. Like Lucas got in. Good for him. You know, Mother 3 hasn't even come out in the West still, so many years later. And whenever I do play him, it's kind of like a pity. It's like, you know, I want to support Lucas, but I guess I kind of do like him. I kind of like his playstyle. That way. Lucina. I played Lucina in Smash 4 a bit. She's kind of she's a clone of Marth in that does she have exactly the same moveset? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same moveset, but she doesn't have the sweet spots that Marth does. Where Marth's sword, it does a little bit more damage at the tip of the sword, and it does less towards the hilt of the sword. But Lucina, it doesn't have that mechanic. It's all balanced out throughout the whole of the sword. So you don't really have to think as much when you're playing Lucina. I kind of gravitated towards her at first, because it was... like, I liked Marth's moveset, but I didn't like having to space out everything. We'll put her up here. Okay, Luigi. Luigi, what do I think about Luigi? Luigi's okay. Have I said that a lot? I feel like I've said that a lot. There's a lot of characters in this game, so a lot of them are okay. Luigi's... I kind of wish they leaned into, like, more Luigi's Mansion stuff. Like, they gave him a few more abilities, kind of make him different from Mario in that way. He's just kind of bland, though. I'll put him towards the bottom of C. Same with Mario. I'll put them right next to each other. Do I like Mario better? I like him more. I like him more. Well, just let me... there we go. Marth. I talked about this earlier, but he's like Lucina. He has the same moveset, but he has like... he does more damage at the tip of his sword and a little less at the hilt. And while I liked Lucina in that she didn't have that, I've kind of come to appreciate Marth in that there's like skill in that. So I'll put him at the top of B, or the bottom of B. Above Bowser. Mega Man. I like Mega Man. I'm gonna put him in above Jigglypuff. I like his gadgets. I like his design. I like Mega Man. What else can I say? Meta Knight. Meta Knight's a cool character. I don't like playing him as much. I'll throw him, you know what, low C. Above Little Mac. Yeah. Mewtwo's cool. I like Mewtwo. Mewtwo's a cool guy. He's also a floaty, kind of like Jigglypuff and Kirby. But those characters are kind of cutesy. Mewtwo's he's a cool guy. Cool Pokemon. I'll put him above Bowser. Yeah, that was cool that they brought him back for DLC for Smash 4. I guess he was the first DLC for that, kinda. The Mii? Oh god, do I want to rate the Miis? I actually have no preference for the Mii. I feel weird even putting them like in D. I'm not even gonna rank them. Yeah, I couldn't do it in good faith. Mr. Game & Watch, I don't like his aesthetic. His moves are dumb. Toward the bottom of D, I guess. Ness, do I like him more than Lucas? Kinda? Yeah, I'll put him above Lucas. I feel like that's a good idea. Olimar. You know, I don't know. I don't like Olm. I don't like dealing with Pikmin. I don't like any of that nonsense. So there he is. Worst character in the game so far. Will there be another one? Who can say? Pac-Man. Ooh, Pac-Man! Where are you going, buddy? You're going in... See, like, look at all these characters. If I put Pac-Man there, is that right? Do I like Pac-Man more than all of these characters, but more than these characters? Is this the exact placement? I don't know. There's fine. I like Charizard a little bit better. I'll say that. Palutena. Eh. Don't have much to say, but I don't play her that much. Sure. Peach. Okay, Daisy's at the bottom, so... What do I think about Peach? I kind of like Peach. We'll put her above Lucina. I kind of want to lower Bayonetta. That doesn't... I'd rather play Ness and Lucas over Bayonetta. We'll do that. And Peach is in high C. Pichu. I don't know how Pichu fares compared to Pikachu, but I kind of like picking Pichu just as like an underdog. He's like the little guy, damages himself when he uses electric attacks. We'll put him low B. Yeah. Pikachu. I guess he's similar. I mean, I'd rather play Pichu. Like, for Ness and Lucas, those are kind of the same, but I guess Pichu's more of an aesthetic thing, because I don't really care about Pikachu. We'll put him like mid-C. Piranha Plant. That was a weird inclusion for the series, but I gotta admit, it's funny. It's a fun character, and it's a weird pick. You know, some people are like, oh, I love Cloud. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game, so I pick him. Oh, I love Piranha Plant. I do love Piranha Plant. Pit. Pit's low for me. We'll put him towards the bottom of C. Yeah. Pokemon Trainer. Can't rank that. Richter and Simon. Should I say? I mean, I guess I shouldn't separate the. I'd rather pick Richter than Simon. But I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same character. I guess I'll just pick use Simon as the thing, since he's the main character and Richter's kind of like an alternate of him. I played Simon a lot. Like, Richter and Simon were the characters I gravitated to most once the game came out. And I was cheesing everybody, man. I was using whips, I was using axes, holy water. I would have hated to play against me. I was an asshole. I don't play him as much, or I guess I didn't play him as much later in the game's life. I'll put him at the end of B. Ridley. Man, Metroid is my favorite Nintendo franchise, and I was so excited when Ripley... Why do I keep saying Ripley? It's not Aliens. Ridley. When they announced Ridley was coming, I felt like one of those things like, oh my god, they're finally doing it. And they even referenced the meme in the announcement video where it's like, he's too big or something. I forget what the exact wording was. But they referenced the community meme where he's like, oh, he's too big for Smash. But I just don't like playing him as much. Like, in a different world, he could have easily been an S tier. But now he's just kind of like low B. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I don't know what else they could have done. Maybe it's just like a circumstances thing. He turned out the way he did. The moves they chose, they just don't vibe with me. Rob's kind of weird. He's like a weird pick for the game. I guess he's like big in Nintendo's history. I don't like playing him that much, but I wouldn't hate to play him if I got random. Put him low C. Robin. Is that Robin? I guess so. I don't see Robin down here. It looks like a weird... is that like an alternate color? It looks pink. He normally doesn't have pink. I don't like playing Robin. That's like high D. Actually, no, that's like low D. I don't like having to deal with the magic spells and they expire, and I don't like that stuff. Rosalina. I don't like dealing with Rosalina, like the Luma part. You know, the characters Rosalina and Luma. I don't like the Luma part where it's like ice climbers. I guess I'll put her next to Ice Climber. Like, I like Rosalina as a character, but don't like playing her. Roy. I like Roy. I like Ike. I like Chrom. I like Marth. I like Corn. Oh my god, there's all these Fire Emblem characters. I'll put Roy high C. But yeah, I haven't even gotten to the character of the Fire Emblem game I have played, but all these Fire Emblem characters, I like them. I don't know why. Ryu. I don't really care. Where's Ken? I guess if I were to pick a Street Fighter character, I'd pick Ken over Ryu. I'm just not a fan of how they kind of brought the traditional 2D fighting thing into Smash. It feels weird. I don't know. Metroid from Metroid. I'm gonna put Samus B tier somewhere. Mid B. No, bit higher. I like playing Samus. I like Samus. I like her alt skins for all the suits. I like all her little doodads and her missiles and all that. Sheik. Sheik's really fast. Another glass cannon type. Towards... Not one I'd play a lot, but... You know the thing, or if I got in a random, I wouldn't be too upset. Shulk. Don't like dealing with Monado stuff. You could probably tell like a through line through all this. I don't like dealing with like little gimmicks and stuff where you gotta manage stuff and like select something for the right situation, like with Pikmin or Robin or some other characters we might talk about. Shulk as a character is cool, but we'll put him low C. You know what? High D. I don't like playing him. Solid Snake. I'm a big... At least I was. I don't know if I could say I am anymore. I was a big Metal Gear Solid fan up until 5 came out, and then it kind of soured me on the series. But I still kind of... I like the character of Snake, but I just don't like playing him in this game. He feels weird. Is low C okay? Yeah. Low C. Sonic. I like Sonic as a character. Not a huge fan of any particular Sonic game, but I like him as a character. And he is way too fast for my brain in this game. D, C, mid C. You know, Sonic's cool. I don't hate playing him, but too fast. Squirtle, another fast character. Kind of don't mind Squirtle. He's like one of the fast characters I don't hate. Put him above Sonic. Toon Link. Toon Link was one I kind of gravitated to. I don't remember where. Was it Smash 4? Was it even Brawl, maybe? I don't know. I want to say he's in B for me. Yeah. We'll put Simon above Bowser. Are you thinking that? Villager. Don't care about Villager. There. Wii Fit Trainer. That's another character I forgot was even in the game. I don't even have a preference. Mid C, I guess? A little bit lower. Wolf. Wolf's a cool guy. I did play him a lot in Brawl. But I didn't play much for this game. I guess there's just so many characters that, I'd rather play. It's like, oh, why would I play Wolf? If I could play Ganondorf or Cloud or anybody. But I like Wolf. We'll put him in low B. Yoshi. Yoshi's a weird character. It's just kind of like bland, but I kind of like Yoshi. High C. Kind of like him, but not too much. Young Link. I kind of like Young Link, even though he's just like a clone of Link and Toon Link. But you know what? We'll put him up a little bit. All 3 Links are in the B tier. That's great. Zelda. I love her redesign in this game, but I don't like playing her too much. Is she a B for me? I like her aesthetic, but man, I just don't like playing her. You know what? We'll do semi-high C tier. Zero Suit Samus. You know, I'm a big Metroid fan, but never really cared for Zero Suit Samus. You know what? Low C. Meh. What is that? Mid C? Oh, there's so many characters in C tier. There's the 2 Ice Climbers. I already ranked Ice Climbers. There. Wario. Don't like playing Wario. I had a friend that would always play Wario and just use the bike. And he would just ride off the stage every time, and he would forget to jump off and he'd die. That was funny. But I hate playing Wario. C, I guess. You know what? No. Low C. I don't want to do D. Alright, we're in DLC, I guess. Is it all DLC characters left? Yeah, it looks like it. Pyra and Mythra, we'll put those guys in. Actually, you know what? No, Pyra and Mythra are 2 separate characters. We'll put the combo there. And what's this? Why is Banjo a separate? Okay. Okay, that's good. So, Joker. This was a crazy announcement. I remember when this was announced, this was like... This blew people's minds of like what could be possible for Smash DLC. I just didn't play him that much. He's a cool addition. But I instinctively put him towards B, but do I feel right with that? I kind of want to do... I'm just kind of going through... Okay, you know what? Right there, before Incineroar. Hero, the Dragon Quest character. Dragon Quest XI is like one of my favorite games. And I was really excited for this, but I just don't like the spell selection thing for Hero, where it's like you press down B, and there's random spells you get to pick from. I just don't like that. That really sours my opinion of the character, because I would love to play as, you know, you got the protagonist from Dragon Quest XI, and then the skins from like Dragon Quest 4, 3, 8, all the different games, and they're just so cool. The aesthetics look so good, but I just don't like playing him. Or at least I don't like that move, and I feel like if I'm not using the spell selection thing, I feel like I'm not getting the most out of the character. So I'll keep him in B. You know, we'll bump him up a little bit. I just don't like using him. I don't like using those abilities. Banjo and Kazooie. I think of all the announcements for this game, this was like the craziest. Maybe we'll save that title for later. One of the craziest announcements that could have happened. Is this out of order? I feel like Banjo and Kazooie. Did that really happen before Terry and Byleth? Yeah, because Byleth was the last character now. Okay, I think this is in order. But Banjo-Kazooie was announced, and I guess I just wasn't playing the game much at the time. I don't care much for them in the game. I'm not a huge Banjo-Kazooie fan of the games. But I respected that they got, like, put in the game in the first place. Like, that the deals got worked out to where they can be in the series. But I just don't play them that much. High C? Yeah. It feels weird putting such, like, an iconic character that people ask for so long, so low. I just don't care about it. Terry Bogard. Not a fighting game player. Where's Seth? Seth? Who's Seth? Where's Ken and Ryu? Well, is he better than any of these guys? I guess I know how to do a Hadouken. I don't know how to do Terry's moves. So we'll put him below Ken and Ryu, just because I can do their command inputs. Can't do Ken's. Terry's. Byleth. This is the character from the only Fire Emblem game I've played and beaten. And honestly, I'm thinking like high A. No, above Captain Falcon even. I love playing Byleth. I love the spears. I love the different like moves from the lords, like oh god, what were their name? Edelgard, Dimitri, and the bow guy. That's his name, bow guy. I like that they worked the 3 different like lords into this one guy's moveset. I really like playing Byleth. I recognize that it was a really boring end for the first season pass. But man, I like playing Byleth. Guilty pleasure of mine. Min Min. This is kind of to the point where I stopped playing the game. But Min Min, I don't I like that ARMS got a little representation. I feel like ARMS deserved better, like as a series, as a game. Hopefully it gets another chance. But Min Min, I don't like playing Min Min. I don't like the spacing aspect too much. Yeah, somewhere around there. Minecraft Steve. It's another one where it's like I'm glad that this got in, but I don't like playing Steve. I don't like putting blocks down and mining. That's annoying. I don't like gimmicks. I'm sure you've noticed. You know what? Heidi. I just don't want to play Steve. Sephiroth. Big Final Fantasy fan. Big Final Fantasy fan. That's right. That feels right. Pyra. We'll rank these two separately since they're technically two different characters. Pyra. She's the heavy one. She's got heavy moves. While Mythra is lighter. I'm putting Pyra somewhere in A tier. We'll do below Sephiroth, but above Byleth. I really like heavy characters, and she's heavy. Played a fair bit of Xenoblade 2, so I have that, like, you know, emotional connection with her. Mythra, I don't know if I played far enough to where you see Mythra. I felt like I played so much of that game. Did I even get to see Mythra? I feel like I must have. But I don't like playing her as much as Pyra. I'll put her... maybe even like a high B. Yeah, I don't even want to put her in the same tier as Pyra. Kazuya, not a fighting game guy. That's like, you know, I'd put him below. I'll put him in D tier, actually, because it feels like he's different from these three in terms of fighting game stuff. With a bunch of different, I don't know. Sora. Now this is the most crazy. You know, I said Banjo was the craziest announcement. I think Sora was the craziest. Now, I hate to say it, but Kingdom Hearts isn't really my thing. So this announcement didn't really hit for me. I'm just glad that it's like, glad that it happened. You know, back in the day, people were like, Cloud should get into Smash. And they're like, nah, it's never gonna happen. He's a PlayStation character. He's never getting onto Smash. And then during the Smash 4, you know, DLC cycle, Cloud's announced. And that was the craziest, most nonsensical thing they could have done. And Sora is Smash Ultimate's Cloud Strife. That felt that impossible. Like they must have. I don't know how that even could have happened. Like what kind of deals were going on in the background for Sakurai and the team to be able to get Sora. But I just don't care for Sora. Don't like Kingdom Hearts. I think he's kind of goofy. Nope. I don't like how light he is. I'll put him low C. Alright, what do we think about this? This is every character. Am I happy with this list? It feels weird having Ganondorf be only an S. I guess that's the hard part with lists like this. It's like, I like Ganondorf and I like Cloud, but do I like Cloud more than Ganondorf? I don't know. Like, I'm not one to really main a character. Like, as you can tell from this list, like, it's kind of all over the place in terms of, like, well, I play... Like, these are the characters I'll pick a lot. Like, including Ganondorf. Like, I'll pick all these guys a lot, and I'll pick these guys sometimes. You know, maybe once in a blue moon I'll pick from here, and never from here. I don't really main characters. But, does this feel right? Do I like just Ganondorf in S tier? How about that? I like that. I like Cloud, I like Ganondorf, I like Sephiroth, I like all these characters. This feels right. Alright, well that's, I guess this is it. This is my tier list for characters in Smash Ultimate that I like. This isn't about competitive stuff, as I said towards the beginning. It's just kind of, you know, my vibe. It's a different thing from my normal rambling about videos. If you got a suggestion for something for me to rank in a potential future tier list video, yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun to do another one of these for a different game or whatever. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.